This isn't a vlog. This is what your brain goes through in a single Stanford day. Most students dream of studying at Stanford University, the campus, the innovation, and the freedom. But very few understand what life there actually feels like. Because Stanford isn't just a university, it's an environment that constantly asks one question: how far can you really think? In this episode, we are not talking about rankings or admissions. We are breaking down what a real academic day at Stanford looks like, how students actually learn and think, what pressure and expectations exist, and most importantly, whether you are actually ready for this level. Because getting into Stanford is one thing, but surviving and growing there is something completely different. Let's imagine a student of grade 12th, top of their class, perfect scorers, confident and disciplined. They get into Stanford. First week, they walked into a lecture surrounded by students who were also top of their schools. Different countries, different systems, but same outcome. The professor doesn't teach in the way they expected. Instead, they ask, why does this concept fail under different assumptions? Silence. Because this isn't about knowing the answer, it's about thinking beyond the answer. And that's where the shift begins. Academic reality at Stanford University. Academics are built around exploration plus depth. Students don't just pick a subject and stay locked in, they go through a flexible undergraduate structure where you explore multiple disciplines early on, then gradually specialize into a major while still having freedom to take courses across fields. This sounds exciting, right? But here's what most students don't realize: freedom increases responsibility. There is no rigid system telling you what to do every day. Instead, you manage your own coursework, choose your academic path, balance lectures, readings, assignments, and projects. And Stanford's teaching style reflects this. It's not passive, it's interactive, discussion based, and problem driven. You are expected to question ideas, connect concepts across discipline, apply knowledge to real world problems, and here's where it gets interesting. Stanford places a huge emphasis on research and innovation. Students often get opportunities to work in research labs, collaborate with professors, engage in projects that go beyond textbooks, which means you are not just learning knowledge, you are expected to create knowledge. Student life and opportunities. Talking of that, Stanford's environment is designed to push you beyond academics. The campus itself is a hub of activity. Student organizations, interdisciplinary projects, entrepreneurship culture, global exposure, opportunities. Being located in Silicon Valley changes everything. Students are constantly exposed to startups, industry leaders, innovation ecosystems, so your learning doesn't stay inside classrooms. It extends into internships, real world projects, networking, opportunities. And this creates a unique culture. Students are not just studying, they are building, experimenting, and creating. But this also creates a hidden layer of pressure because now success isn't just about grades, it's about what you are building, what you are contributing, and in what direction you are moving. Now, let's talk about what most students don't see. Stanford is often described as collaborative rather than competitive, and that's true in structure. but internally, the pressure still exists because you are surrounded by people who are highly capable, deeply motivated, constantly doing more. So comparison becomes internal, not forced, not unavoidable. Here's what a typical day actually feels like. Morning lecture, concept heavy discussion based. Middays, assignments, readings, or group works. Afternoon, research projects or extracurriculars. And evening, independent study, deadlines, preparations. There's no free time in traditional sense. There is only how you choose to use your time. And this is where many students struggle. Not because the content is impossible, but because time management becomes critical, focus becomes inconsistent, mental load increases. Most students don't realize this before entering because school systems rarely prepare you for independent thinking, self structured learning, long term intellectual work. So here's one thing to understand: getting into Stanford University is not the goal, but prepared for it is. Because Stanford doesn't reward memorization, short term effort, external pressure. It rewards deep thinking, consistency, self direction. And if those systems aren't built early, the environment becomes overwhelming. So, what kind of students actually succeed here? Not the one with the highest marks, but the one who can think independently, can manage time without supervision, can stay consistent under pressure, can learn without being told exactly how. And here's the problem: most students are never trained for this. They are trained to score marks, for follow instructions, prepare for exams, but not to build systems for thinking, focus, and learning. And that's the gap. Most students focus on getting in, but very few focuses on becoming ready. That's where the structured mentorship matters. Not just subject knowledge, but how you think, how you learn, and how you manage yourself. Because that's what actually determines your future performance. If you want to understand your future clearly, not just where you want to go, but what it will actually demand from you, then you need to start preparing differently. And in the next episode, we are breaking down the silent pressure of at Oxford and why it's completely different from Stanford.